YouTube has decided to not share my videos with everyone who subscribes. Please follow me on social media to stay up to date. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and Solo is just, it's days away. Oh, it's so close. 2 weeks. I'm excited. I know a lot of you out there probably aren't excited, but I'm excited. It's just, I don't care. It could be the worst Star Wars movie on the planet. I still want to see it. But as we get closer and closer and closer to its release, we're going to start seeing a lot of interviews with other people, especially people who are known to the franchise, much like Mark Hamill here, who has come under fire today because he announced a cameo, gave a little bit of a spoiler, I guess you could call it, in regards to Solo. Now, personally, I don't care. Right? I don't care about this particular spoiler because I kind of assumed, very much in line with Mark Hamill's train of thought here, that that it was kind of its own thing. But so just so you know, we're going to look at the article. So if you don't want to know who's in the movie, click out now. I just want to give you guys fair warning on that one. But it says here, Mark Hamill spoils big Star Wars cameo. I don't know if I'd call it a big Star Wars cameo. I don't know if I'd call it a big cameo. It's definitely a cameo. It's definitely a staple. I don't know if I'd call it a big one, though, right? Now, it says here in an interview, talking about Anthony Daniels showing up. It says, ha ha ha, Anthony Daniels was so happy because he's in every single Star Wars movie. Every single one. All the prequels, he's in Rogue One, he's in Solo. Whoops. I hope that's not, but anyway, he's in every single Star Wars movie. That's not such a reveal. All Star Wars fans expect him to be in every single movie. Now, granted, that is the first time that it's been said that C-3PO was going to be in this movie, but I kind of expected it myself, right? I kind of expect maybe other little characters to show up. I fully expect Jabba to make an appearance. I fully expect, like, Dengar to make an appearance. At this point, the only real, like, cameo that I am somewhat like gonna probably lose my collective shit over would be if Boba Fett was in the movie. Right? Like, I would assume if Jabba's there, Boba's there. You know what I mean? Like, if they deal anything with Jabba, Boba's gonna be there. And I have a feeling they're gonna do that to set up what's gonna happen in the next two movies. Because yes, that's gonna happen. We do know that Alden Ehrenreich and the rest of the cast signed on for a couple more films. We know that this is tracking to make a $170 million opening weekend. We know that this is going to be a series. They wouldn't do this much for a single spinoff, right? It's just, this is what they're going to do. So I'm pretty certain that Boba Fett's going to be a bigger part because they're going to want to play into the iconic aspect of the character and maybe set up, and this is just all speculation and theory on my end, maybe set up, well, you know, a Boba Fett movie. That was the rumor. Josh Trank was going to do it. Josh Trank was going to direct it. That was supposed to be the big thing, but unfortunately, that all fell apart, and Fantastic Four, Fan Four Stick was a gigantic steaming pile of ass-raping garbage. But the point is, Mark Hamill spoiling C-3PO. Yes, C-3PO Anthony Daniels has been in all of them. I think ever since it was first shown back in freaking 19 years ago now. This month, 19 years ago, when we learned that C-3PO was in fact built by Anakin Skywalker, there were many fans out there that were just furious at that at the time. They were just like, what the hell is this? And then after a while, you just stop caring. But it also, again, looking at how the kind of the Force works, keeping C-3PO in the lineage of the Skywalkers and having that be tied directly to them, I think ultimately works out well for what the space opera, the fantasy side of Star Wars is trying to play to. And I'm totally okay with that. I don't know to what context C-3PO is going to be involved. I'm assuming it's going to be something with the Empire. I'm assuming that's going to be a thing because Star Wars Rebels had C-3PO and R2-D2 working with the Empire, so as like interpreters and whatnot, and that of course like or I don't know how much further this is going to take place before the events of A New Hope, so where they are at that point in time is probably going to pop up. If at this point they are in the employ of the Empire, that probably means that it's gonna be leading into right around it's probably gonna take place right around the same time as Star Wars Rebels. That's what I'm going to assume. Right around the same time as Star Wars Rebels, maybe a little bit beforehand, and we're gonna maybe find out, you know, what happened with them and everything else. Because that hasn't, I don't know if that's fully been explained yet, but they kind of keep jumping around, right? They're the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of that entire universe, and so they just kind of pop up. That being said, I am curious to see to what capacity. I don't know if R2-D2 is going to be there. Sadly, Kenny Baker died a couple years ago, and you know, having him not be around is definitely sad. Having someone else as R2 is you know, sad, but it's also necessary. I mean, you know, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Anyway, I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen with this. Again, like I said, the one I really care about is Boba Fett, if that's the case. But since C-3PO's been in every other one, it really isn't that big of a deal. But I do put the question over to you: do you care? That's about it. Is this a spoiler? Is this a big spoiler? Right? You know what I mean? It's like, you know. Okay, let me toss this over to like a Marvel thing. Right? Like if all of a sudden in Avengers Infinity War, or the next one, Avengers 4, like Phil Coulson, his cameo gets spoiled, right? Clark Gregg's cameo gets spoiled. That is more of a spoiler than this. You know what I mean? Like that's more of a spoiler than this. Same with like Nick Fury. You know what I mean? Like if Nick Fury pops up in the next one, which he might, then that's gonna be like, oh yeah, you already know he's gonna be around, right? It's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a cameo appearance. It's just not. But anyway, I do turn it back over to you. What do you guys have to say about this? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater. If you guys haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe, check back often for more content from me. And if you just want to watch more, you can do so right now.